Let's talk Eternal Champions. Can we talk Eternal Champions? Let's talk Eternal Champions. So Eternal Champions is a 1993, 94-ish, we'll say around there, fighting game for the Sega Genesis. I think the Sega CD got the sequel, Eternal Champions Challenge from the Dark Side, but we're not talking about that one. We're talking about Eternal Champions here. How do I describe it? I guess this was Sega's answer to Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. I look at it as kind of like a mix of both, but it's really its own thing. It stands on its own ground. It gets a lot of flack, it gets a lot of hate, but I think it's very unwarranted, the hate that it gets, because I think it's a pretty decent game actually. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. The pros of this game. The characters are unique. Every character is vastly different, is vastly unique, is couldn't be any further apart from each other if they tried. Every character is just holy crap, man. You know what I mean? Whether it's Midnight the vampire, Jeddah the circus acrobat, Larson the cat burglar, Shadow the ninja, Xavier the warlock kind of magician kind of thing, you know, Trident the Atlantis Greek type warrior, and all the other ones. There's quite a good amount of characters in this game. Another pro of this game is obviously the overkills or fatalities in this game. You know, it's where you kill somebody, you know, in the background, you know, it could be an earthquake and they fall to their death. A dinosaur eats them. They get shot up by, mobsters, gangsters, you know, a giant fan rips them to shreds, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, there's a lot of really cool overkills, as I like to call them, fatalities. Another pro, at least to me, I know some people hated this, but I think it's a pro, is I like that the special moves have a meter to them. There's like a yin yang symbol in the side of each character's life bar, and when that runs out, you cannot do special moves until it recharges. And I think that's good because that stops spamming. It stops constant overuse of special moves. It forces you to have to use the special moves of your character. I mean, the regular attacks of your characters. It forces you to have to actually do combos and, you know, not rely so much on special moves. Another pro of this game is the music. The music is really good. And here's a little, I don't know if you want to call it Easter egg. Not an Easter egg. It's like a little trivia thing. Actually, this game, one of its songs was sampled by Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah, look that up if you don't believe me. There's a song that they do where they sample the music. And when you go to the character's bio screen, the music they play, they sampled that. Another pro is the story, the lore. Every character is so in depth, is such a unique character. It has so many layers to their background, you know, about how they were killed in their respective times, and how the Eternal Champion is hosting this tournament that, you know, the winner allows them to come back to right before the moment of their death to prevent their death and see how their life would alter history. Every character is so unique, and I love that. There's so much to love about this, so much uniqueness to the characters. You know what I mean? And I like that. The cons of this game, it's hard as shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard, especially the final fight with the Eternal Champion. It is ungodly difficult. Like, come on, man. It's like you have to fight multiple iterations of him. Like, dude, come on. You know, it's really bad. Like, it's just way too difficult. Another con of this game is that you could tell this game was developed for a 6-button controller, and back in those days, in the Sega Genesis days, the standard controller was a 3-button controller, and it doesn't really operate that well with a 3-button controller. I mean, it's doable, it's possible, yes it is, but it's just better to get a 6-button controller. But it's like, come on, Sega, if you're going to develop games, make it to where it's easy to play with the standard controller, you know, not just forcing to make people to go have to buy another peripheral, you know. Of course, nowadays you could emulate this game, and so that's not really a problem. You could play it with the PlayStation controller or an Xbox controller, and hell, there's tons of buttons on that thing. You know what I mean? So what do I give Eternal Champions? Well, this is speaking for myself because I'm taking all these things into consideration. I don't see why people like to say that it's as bad as they say it as it is. It's not. It's not that bad of a game. What do I give Eternal Champions? I give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it's actually a good game. It's actually a fun game. It's not difficult at all. It's not slow. It's not sluggish. The controllers are very responsive. The moves are very easy to pull off, the special moves. It's not that bad of a game. I don't get why it gets all the hate that it does. Eternal Champions is actually, in my opinion, quite a fun game, actually. I definitely go back to play this one from time to time. So have you played Eternal Champions? If you have, I'm really curious about that. What your thoughts are about it? Is it good in your mind, or do you agree with me that it's not as bad as people say it is, or are you in that camp that it's garbage, it shouldn't exist, and it should burn in hell? I'm curious to see what you have to say about it. Either way, let me know in the comments below. And as always, I love you guys. You take care, okay? Bye.